Have you ever worked tirelessly for something convinced it would bring you fulfillment, only to realize after all your effort, after everything that you've given, all the energy, that it still wasn't enough? Well, Solomon knew that feeling all too well. He didn't just stumble into wealth and pleasure. He also worked for it. He bought, he gathered, and acquired more than anyone before him. Yet in the end, it left him, well, just as empty. Welcome to the Daily Devo. I am Vince Miller. We just go through the Bible verse by verse, chapter by chapter every single day, and I am so glad you're here with me again today. Our text is Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verses 7 and 8. It reads, I bought male and female slaves and had slaves who were born in my house. I had also great possessions of herds and flocks, more than any who had been before me in Jerusalem. I also gathered for myself silver and gold and the treasure of kings and provinces. I got singers, both men and women, and many concubines, the delight of the sons of man. So what we're reading today is not just a list of Solomon's possessions. It's a record of his relentless pursuit. Solomon bought slaves, had vast herds and flocks, and got entertainers and concubines, gathered silver and gold. Every verb in this text tells the story of a man striving and building and collecting, believing that just a little more would finally bring contentment, but it never did. And isn't that how we live our lives too? Don't we hustle? Don't we save? We upgrade, thinking the next thing is going to bring some form of lasting satisfaction. I mean, we work hard, don't we, to fill our lives with more, only to find that more is never enough. If wealth and status, significance, pleasure could satisfy, Solomon would have been the happiest man on earth. But we see at the end of his life, he's not happy. He's kind of frustrated and irritating to listen to, isn't he? Instead, all of his achievements became his confession. Do you hear that? It's becoming a confession for us. It's not just about his status. It's him saying, I'm frustrated with this. And no matter how much you get, it will never be enough without God. I mean, the harder we work for what doesn't last, the more we miss what truly matters. I mean, we exert a lot of energy spending time on things that don't last. And then we divert energy away from things that actually matter. Solomon teaches us here that even our best efforts at self-fulfillment will fail if we don't pursue God. So what are you working so hard for? Why are you so tired today? Why is there so much on your mind about the next thing to get? Is it really leading to lasting joy, or just this temporal satisfaction, momentary satisfaction? Instead of striving for the things that will fade, why shouldn't we as believers be striving just as hard and as vigorously for what actually lasts forever? I mean, listen to Jesus' words. He said, do not labor for the food that perishes, but for the food that endures to eternal life. What's Jesus talking about there? He's not talking about actual food. He's talking about sustenance, right? Sustenance, spiritual food. Why don't we work hard for food that actually will endure? The time and energy that we spend chasing things like wealth and pleasure could be invested in knowing Christ, growing in faith, and storing up treasure in heaven. So do me a favor today. Start working hard, but work hard for something different. Eternity, something that matters. I love you guys. I pray this has blessed you today. If it has, share it with someone else, and I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.